We want to head back out to Miller Auditorium. Brett Thomas is standing by with Grand Rapids Mayor George Heartwell. Brett?
Yeah, just to give you an idea of how wide-reaching this is, the mayor of Grand Rapids joining us this morning, George Heartwell. Thank you so much. Can you give us an idea, why is it so important for a public official like yourself to come to something like this?
Well, of course, I remember all too well the pain of the loss of an officer in the line of duty in Grand Rapids, Officer Robert Kosminski. I remember how the state reached out and surrounded us with concern as a community when that happened, and I certainly wanted to be here for Mayor Hopewell, who is a dear friend, as well as the people of Kalamazoo, and be able to say to Kalamazoo that Grand Rapids is concerned for you all, shares in your loss, and wishes this family well in their time of grief.
You speak of Officer Kosminski, who was killed in the line of duty as well in Grand Rapids from the Grand Rapids Police Force. Does that give you any kind of insight in how to deal with this kind of pain or this kind of difficult time?
Well, on the morning that we learned of the death of Officer Zapata, I called Mayor Hopewell. We had a chance to talk, and I could, for what little wisdom I could give him in this time, at least talked about the importance of being present to your police officers who are themselves, undergoing a tremendous experience of loss right now. The importance of being available to the community. I think the people of Kalamazoo need to see their mayor and need to hear from him, because this is indeed a time of grief, not just for a family, not just for a police department, but for an entire community that have lost an officer.
All right, Mayor Heartwell with the City of Grand Rapids, I appreciate your time this morning. I know that you have to get into the service, but we appreciate you taking a little bit of time here to talk about the situation there, as well as what you experienced when Officer Kosminski died. Thank you again, sir. Appreciate it. Obviously, something that touches people from all across Western Michigan, all across the state, really. That sort of thing runs through so many people here, that pain and that understanding of how everybody has to come together. Let's send it back to you guys.
Brett, thank you. Certainly, there are a lot of parallels between today's events and the funeral service for West Michigan's last officer killed in the line of duty, Grand Rapids officer Robert Kosminski. In 2007, Kosminski was killed while responding to a domestic complaint on Emerald Northeast. Jeffrey Van Vels was waiting for officers when they showed up. He fired a shotgun blast through a garage window, hitting Kosminski. He died shortly after that shooting. Van Vels was convicted of the shooting and is currently serving a mandatory life sentence in a state prison.